What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and now EA Sports is back at it again, and a lot of you guys are going to probably end up spending thousands of dollars, and I'm going to try to give you some insight into how to avoid that, all right? Now, look, if you're new to Ultimate Team, obviously, if you want to try to get your feet wet, you're going to spend a little bit of money in the store, you're going to try to dabble to get a couple of the players and do different things, but just remember, right, in 3 months, the new Madden drops, all right? Once that happens, everything that you're spending for now is not going to matter anymore because the game will not play the same. Every year's Madden plays differently. So even if you're trying to get like reps in or whatever, it really doesn't matter. And what EA Sports did, it's very obvious their plan. All right. So look, earlier today when they dropped the new AKAs, right? By the way, those AKAs are trash, but we'll get to that in a second. They actually gave us a preview of the new golden tickets. Most of you guys are going crazy. Yo, I'm going to spend money on this. I'm going to spend money on that. Not realizing, right, that we still have not done rookie premieres. So that is what should be most important. Now, I'm going to give you guys what probably, what you could probably do even if you do get these golden tickets, because people are going to be still spending money leading up to Madden 26. So you will be able to sell it back and then get your golden tickets. You could get your golden tickets back later when you sell it for a high price, finish up your rookie premieres, or you can just probably end up having enough by not spending, like I'm going to explain to you guys right now. So here goes the scenario. All right. I got 2 million coins, but I got a few golden tickets right now. So let's just go to golden tickets as the program to give you guys insight into what's going on. I'm gonna go right to the tab. So, many of you guys are along the same type of guidelines that I'm with right now. You got a few golden tickets, right? So I have 3 of them. So he's like 3 million, this guy's 2.5, and this guy's like 2. So it's 2, 4, I got 7 million right here, right? If you look at the cards that are dropping, I'm gonna explain to you guys the best cards that are coming out and what your course of action should be. Because if you just spend money, right, on the golden ticket offers, when you don't pull the golden ticket, EA is going to try to dig in even more. And it's going to be other packs available. It's going to get real nasty. It's going to get real crazy. So we're going to set limits. All right. We're going to all set limits for what we're going to do here at GmiasWorld. We're not going to fall for the trap because, again, some of these are actually good. That's why I feel the need to let my real dudes know. Listen, bro, just don't go down the rabbit hole, bro. Because once you start spending and you don't get it, it's not going to stop. Okay? Who are the best ones? Chris Lindstrom, absolutely trash. Why is he trash? He's 6'3" with double me. He doesn't really add. You still need the height. With the matter of, Plaxico being out there at 6'5", there's a lot of other things that are going to be happening with the cards. The undersized players, because it's so late in the year, it just doesn't work. If he was 6'5", this card would be beautiful. Because that's the minimum. You could go 6'4", 6'5". That's why Snoop Dogg's card is probably, well, not probably, who bought it yesterday? C-Shotty. He bought the card yesterday live on stream, and we got to see he's garbage. Like, he's 6'4", he drops the ball, it's all dumb. But people are spending 8 million coins for Snoop Dogg. His middle linebacker card, though, extremely good. Wide receiver, not worth the 8 mil. All right? So look, when you look at his card, it looks good on the surface, right? Double me, tank, all that stuff. Not really much else you would look for in a card like this. He can spin because he has the right agility, things like that, but he's undersized. So if you're just experimenting with double me and you want to throw the ball up and you really don't know what you're doing, I guess you could go ahead and say, yeah, I'll get a card with double me. Obviously, 99 speed, he's 307 pounds, a lot heavier. He may be able to hold blocks. Is he going to be worth the amount that he may release for? No, because he's too short. I'm going to tell you this right now. And your girl probably told you this, size does matter. So you got to remember, 6'3" to 6'5" is a huge difference in Madden 25. So he's out. All right, we're not even going to worry about that. So most of you guys watching this video, let me know if you agree with me, right? You could go ahead and put a thumbs up, for the first one for Chris Lindstrom. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. I'll go ahead and review it, and we could chop it up if you're a member of the channel. Josh, right? This guy is really, really good. Okay, he's also 6'3", but he's a corner, so it doesn't really matter. Universal coverage, bench press, which is going to make us we're going to start pressing dudes now at GmiasWorld, bro. Out of zone, though. We're going to start pressing them out of zone. Like, I'm not going crazy. Like, we're going to press them out of zone. Like, I'm not going to be out here just pressing dudes, like, in man coverage. I don't play man, all right? But we're going to start playing some zone and pressing dudes, all right? But look at what they did, right? They gave him bottleneck also, and they gave him avalanche. This card is going to be a problem. Because if he actually gets someone, right? This is man coverage though. And we're going to be doing it in zone, so we don't really need bottleneck. We're just going to go for the Avalanche, obviously, and the Enforcer Supreme, which you shouldn't take from this bucket because I believe he actually gets it for 0 in another bucket. So, yeah. So just be careful with it. But this card is really good. So I won't be surprised if he's around like the 3-4 million. Because that seems to be where they level out, like 3-4 million for like the cars that are, you know, okay, whatever, and people are going to spend the money. I can see going after Josh. I really can. I can see him being a card that it's like, all right, yo, G, is he good? Absolutely 100%, right? So that card's good. Myles Garrett, he's going to be good because he's 6'4". That height, with his agility and the ability that he's going to have to spin, he'll be able to take over for, I would say, Pharrell. But Pharrell is see, this is the problem, right? Pharrell is so big, it doesn't really matter. This is going to be kind of like new to me because he's not built like a big, you know, heavy dude. But 272 is not going to lie when it comes to impact. So he could be really, really good. Plus, he gets that bruiser. He's going to be able to stiff arm you. He gets tanked. And then they actually, you know, they gave him really, really trash abilities in this segment. But I would just go with human joystick probably. And I don't know what else they got going on in here. Probably just human joystick is good. Can't give him tank again, so you got to give him jukebox. But he gets evasive, I believe. So he's going to be, yeah, right there. So you need 90 agility to get that. I believe he has 96. So he'll be able to spin. He's tall enough to do it. And he has the weight. So he'll be good. I don't know how good, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's 6'4", you know, angry run, stuff like that. You could take him out the backfield because of his height and probably use red zone threat by throwing it, you know, into the end zone to him, seeing what he's doing. They don't really give him the crazy, glitchy, deep passing abilities. You get mid-elite, so it's a possibility you're going to see some dudes like myself probably, you know, motion him out wide and throw a Moss, but he's probably going to be decent. The price range is going to vary depending on his spin, because if you can't spin, late year Madden, it doesn't make any sense to even, like, what are we even looking at? This guy is going to cost a lot, okay? 6'5", 99 speed, 99 everything, cornerback, he's going to go crazy, guys. Like, he's going to be one of those cards that you're probably going to see him up over 5 million coins. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't care about bottleneck. I don't run man coverage, so that's useless. But him having built-in avalanche and universal coverage is a real problem. Okay, out of my way. And you probably give him tackle supreme because we don't need the man abilities. Like, you know what I'm saying? The one step ahead for one is probably weird. So I'm not going to do that because I don't need it with the coverage that I run. So we're going to leave that alone. He gets the enforcer supreme for 0. He's going to be a problem. He might, you know, he might come in over 5 mil. Like, honestly, like, this is weird. That's why I'm saying EA, this is no accident that they put it in the catalog for everybody to be able to see it. So you got to just be careful with it because most of us are going to start planning on how we're going to get it. Like, we're not just going to wait and go in. Most of you guys are going to be like, yo, I'm going to spend the 30 or whatever it is for the, you know, the golden ticket pack. You're probably going to use some of your points, your tickets with the boomer bust packs. I'm just telling you, keep the spending to a minimum. Do not fall for the trap. This guy, like, dude, whoever made him, bro, kudos to that dude. Because he's a fullback that's so much better than Pharrell because of the fact that he gets Vanguard, right? So you can manipulate the way you use him, and he can play tight end. So it's like, dude, it's ridiculous. His card is at, dude, if people were paying 6 million for Boz fullback, I don't want to know what they're going to pay for this guy. So depending on how you guys go about it, it can get really nasty. But my top 2 is going to be DeWand, right? And Plaxico. My top 2 by far. They're going to be the best cards that are going to be dropped. This guy's price is going to be very low because of his height. Chris Lindstrom. Now, as far as the AKA goes, right? You know, some of you guys were asking, yo, G, what do you think about the AKAs? I told you guys, I think they're both trash, the ones that were released today. This guy, I don't know what they're doing and why they're giving him those abilities, like baked in. He should have got double me baked in. But again, he's one of those guys that, you know, people are not really looking to moss with, so it doesn't really matter because he's 6 foot. But I think his card is trash. This late in the year, not even giving him double me, you know, his card, like, I don't know what you're gonna do with him. Well, actually, people run drag routes and spin. He's also short, so you can't spin like that at 6 foot. So it just seems like it's a waste of time, in my opinion. again, you guys can figure out how you want to do it, like what players you really like, but I'm just giving you guys the raw and uncut. Barber, right? I don't know why bro, why not even give him 99 speed? Why are you going to do it so that you have to actually have a theme team or one of the cards that go into it? And then giving out 2 AP universal coverage. Another trash card. So overall, this was just to kind of buy time into the release of the golden tickets. The AKAs absolutely suck. So let me know what your plan of attack is. Like I said, I'm willing to get one of the golden ticket packs, but I'm not going beyond that. All right, I'm still focused in and locked in for the the rookie premieres and getting ready for Madden 26. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. You have a beautiful day. Until next time, one love, y'all.